changed my life. Some days it all completely falls apart. Does everything get done perfectly every single day? No. How are you not completely overwhelmed all of the time? I'm so grateful for this life. I've had people ask me how I do it all. Real estate, single mom life, homeschooling, content creation, and here is the truth. I don't. But I do have systems that keep me and everything from falling apart. And today I'm gonna walk you through every single one. So after I posted my day in the life video, I did get a lot of messages, both from my personal acquaintances and people online asking me, how exactly does this work? How do you homeschool and show up for clients at the same time? How do you keep everything together when you're the only adult in the house? How are you not completely overwhelmed all of the time? And if I am being 100% honest, I am overwhelmed. Maybe 50% of the time. But most days, even when that overwhelm creeps in, I'm okay because I do have the systems in place to help me through. In a weird way, I expect the chaos and then I just plan around it. Let me be very straightforward. This video is not about perfection. This video is about the systems that I've put into place that hold me up and help me through. I'm gonna talk about the routines that give us stability, not just me, but also Luke. I'm gonna talk about the rhythms that make it almost feel easier to breathe at the end of the day because we know what to expect, even if it's not in a set order. Because let's be so honest, being a parent in and of itself is hard. Being a single mom, building a business, raising my child all by myself, and homeschooling him, and still trying to show up as a whole person is a lot. And if I'm being honest, I need more than motivation. Motivation doesn't keep me going, okay? It is the systems and the structures that I have put into place and that work for me. The first system isn't really a system at all. It's more of a posture, and it usually starts before the sun comes up. If I can be so vulnerable, when I was pregnant with Luke, I opened the Bible for the very first time on my own, and I found God. From that point forward, my life drastically changed, and so I really truly do believe that getting into His Word changed my life, and positioning my heart in such a way to move according to His will has really put me in a position in life that statistically should not be possible. So most mornings I wake up and I get into His Word. I'll do my daily devotional, which is New Morning Mercies by David Paul Tripp. Is that right? It is this book right here. And I'll really give credit where it's due because yes, I work hard, but the only way that I'm able to do what I do and the only way that we are here in our lives is through the saving grace of Jesus Christ. And once I'm done spending my time with the Lord, I will journal if there is margin. What I've learned is that if I don't start my day grounded and rooted in the Lord, it can get away from me, right? Because there is just so much going on. Having this solid foundation to live on and work on just really makes all of the difference. Okay, so let's talk about planning because I want to be really honest about this. I don't wake up every day wondering about what I'm going to do. I actually plan very far ahead. My weeks are very structured. My days have themes. Mondays look like Mondays. Tuesdays look like Tuesdays, especially when it comes to my real estate business and client work, follow-ups, lead generation, and content creation. Having this structure is honestly the only reason I'm able to do this as a single mom. Now, does everything get done perfectly every single day? No. But nothing feels chaotic because the plan already exists. The only thing I do daily is decide how these tasks fit into the day. And every night I ask myself 3 things. What has to get done tomorrow? What should get done tomorrow if I have margin? And what can I release without feeling that guilt? This is how I stay consistent without the burnout. And this is the part that I think a lot of people don't like saying out loud. I'm actually the kind of person who's going to get things done. I don't wait for perfect conditions. I don't wait to feel motivated. I just work it into my life and I just get it done. No excuses. Sometimes that means working while Luke plays. Sometimes it means working from the car. It means working from the park. And most times it means working after he goes to sleep, like tonight. And I don't think that's me being hard on myself. I think that's just me being committed to providing stability for us because he deserves that. So the plan doesn't control me, it supports me. And that's how I'm able to stay consistent when life gets very chaotic and very, very full. When it comes to homeschooling, this is where I think people assume it has to look a certain way. Our homeschool doesn't happen in a perfectly quiet house, and it doesn't live in a separate bubble from my work. It's integrated into our real life. Math and reading are very focused, intentional parts of our lessons, so they usually happen every morning between 8 and 10 a.m. But science and history are learned more through leaving the home, going to the library and reading books, observing the environment and the ecosystem that we're living in. Independent play and movement and exploration happens outdoors because we truly do get outside every single day. I don't intentionally try to separate work from school. That truly just doesn't work for us. What does work is teaching Luke to learn alongside me, and sometimes that means he's doing his textbook or working on his math from a model home. He's learning and building independence in a natural way, not in a forced way. He's starting to take pride in being able to do things all by himself. And as for me, I don't expect silence, and I don't expect perfection, and I don't expect every lesson to look exactly the same every single day. The goal isn't checking every box, it's working in a way that is sustainable and is focused on his progression in reading and math and science and history, whatever way that looks like. Homeschooling truly does give us flexibility, but having that structure in our days is what holds it all together. And honestly, this setup only works because I've allowed it to look different than what people expect. So if you're homeschooling, trust your gut and do it in a way that works for you and your family and your babies, because you truly are their best teacher. Now let's talk about business, because let's be honest, real estate is a hustle. I don't care what anyone tells you. Now, what is not sustainable is hustling without systems. So I've built my business entirely around systems that support me and help me make my clients' experience amazing, because I truly do believe that my clients deserve a luxury experience. Every single transaction has a system. Everything is laid out with every possible scenario from start to finish on my Trello board, and everything is very, very automated. Everything is pre-filled in my calendar so that I don't have to make decisions daily, and everything that I have to do on that specific day is already mapped out for me. That's how systematized my business is. And I absolutely am so grateful that I implemented these systems early on in my business, because it's allowed me to also thrive as a mom. I do try my best to work in blocks. Again, nothing is rigid, but if I know that homeschool just finished at 10 a.m., I usually take 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. to do my follow-up, reach out to my clients, reach out to agents on the other side of transaction, ask clarifying questions. I follow up with my emails. I check my social media DMs. I really use that 1 hour block of time to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Again, very, very intentional with my time, because I know come 11, Luke is going to be hungry and then he's going to want to move. Now, I am also available for my clients throughout the entire day. If I have showings in Buda or Kyle or San Antonio, and I know that I'm going to be on the road, we will do homeschool on the road. Everything gets done because I have these anchors. I know what has to get done, but they don't have to get done in specific locations at specific times. As long as things are getting done, both for my clients and for my son and for myself, I am 100% content with that. And Luke goes to sleep sleep every night at 8 p.m. It is something that I've instilled in him since he was a baby, except back in the day it used to be 6 p.m. But now he is in bed by 8 p.m. and he sleeps through the night. He is 7 years old. So from 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., that is when I do the bulk of my work. That is when I'm running comps. That is when I'm researching the market. That is when I'm planning my content. That is when I'm scheduling my calls. That is when I'm finalizing my systems. That is when I'm prepping my emails to be sent out. That is when I do literally everything. I try my best to plan ahead so that my clients are served well, my son is served well, and my mental health stays intact. I have come to learn that my clients don't expect me to be perfect. They just expect me to show up, and that is something that I will always do no matter what. Okay, so this one might sound weird as a system, but it's one of the most important things that we do, and that is getting out to third spaces. So we don't stay home all day because we honestly can't. Almost every single day we leave the house, and not just for business related reasons. We go to coffee shops, we go to the library, we go to parks as often as humanly possible. We truly make it a point to go somewhere daily that is not work or home. And this isn't a luxury. The majority of third spaces that we visit are completely free. The one that we visit almost daily is the skate park. To be honest, Luke needs to move, I need to breathe, and even if I'm still working while we are in one of these third spaces, it's just nice to get around other people, even if we're not talking to them. This helps give us a rhythm, and it really just makes the days feel lighter and like there's something to look forward to. And most times, the busy work that I am honestly avoiding gets done when I'm doing it outside. So we build this system into our week not as an option, but as a necessity. And if I'm being completely honest, we do homeschool outside sometimes as well. We'll visit a park, we'll find a park bench or one of those tables to sit at, and that's where we'll do our homeschool at, because sometimes it just feels nice to get outside. Instead of being cooped up within our four walls, it's just not sustainable. So third spaces is a part of our system too. Last thing, content. Because I know some of you are wondering, how do you even have time to create content? And if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you've noticed some outfit changes. That is because I fit filming into my life. I don't plan my life around filming. I batch content when I can. I plan my content ahead so that I know when to film what I need to film. So I don't film videos straight through. I film them as they fit into my life. Some days I get through an entire video, some days I don't. As long as I'm staying on track to complete the project that I want completed by a certain time, if that makes sense. The goals that I've set for myself and the expectations that I've set for myself help me stay grounded and stay rooted and understand why I'm doing this. And that makes content creation feel much, much lighter. This channel and my real estate channel, they don't run my life. They complement my life and they fit into my life. And if I'm being honest, I think that creating content makes me a better mom and a better person because it teaches me to see my entire life as valuable. It helps me look at mundane things as beautiful things. It allows me to share the real messy moments of life. Everywhere you look, there are just unrealistic things that people are preaching and talking about, and that might be their life, and that is amazing, but it's not the standard. And I think that's the main point I want to make with my channel is life is hard and life is messy, but if we just keep going, everything's gonna be okay. At the end of the day, content creation is a part of my system, but it's a very, very flexible part, and I think that's what makes it so sustainable. So that's it. Those are my systems, and that's how I make my life work. Faith and quiet, planning without over planning, integrating my work life with my homeschool life and my mom life, consistent and luxury client care, third spaces, and content creation that fits. None of it is perfect. Some days it all completely falls apart, but most days it holds, and I'm so grateful for this life. If you're watching this and you're carrying a lot too, whether you're a single mom, a solo realtor, a business owner, a homeschooler, or just someone trying to hold it all together, I truly hope this video helped you. And I hope it gave you permission to build systems that fit your life, not someone else's. You're not alone in this, and you don't have to do everything perfectly. You just have to keep showing up. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.